Hi, it's Tess here. So, this is the third in a series about what I do. What the heck is it that Tess does? Tess is an integration coach. She works with women to heal their trauma through the womb space. So, in the last video, in the second video in this series, I talked about the path of action and how feelings come into our body, and either we choose to, move them through and emote them out or take an action. And my nose is super itchy suddenly. Holy crap, every single time. Every single time I do a video, something. Is that just a symptom of nerves? I don't feel nervous. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about the path of action and how feelings are actually, we hold them in our bodies if we don't let them go. So in this video, I want to talk about what happens when we're in a scenario in which we hold feelings in our body, right? We don't know how to let them go. We don't have the ability to let them go. The trauma was like when we were babies or such small children that we weren't able to let it go. Or, in the scenario that we were that I gave in the last one, maybe I don't believe that it's safe to let those things go and I hold onto them. So this is about what happens when we hold onto those feelings. Here's what happens. They always come out sideways. And by come out sideways, I mean when you have to actually push them back and keep on pushing them back down in your body. Like, okay, have you ever had that feeling like if you let yourself cry about this thing, if you let yourself grieve this thing that has happened to you, that is so heartbreaking and so devastating, that you just might cry forever? You just might drown in your well if you let yourself go there. I have totally experienced that feeling. And so if we're feeling too scared to go there, right, to go there into the well, like to release those feelings, if the grief is too much or the devastation is too much, or like I said, we don't believe that we're safe or whatever it is, we do hold on to stuff in our bodies, and it will come out in various different ways that more or less amount to the same thing. Okay, so it'll come out in addiction. And when I say addiction, I'm including substance addiction and work addiction and alcoholism and sex and love addiction and sugar addiction. That's one of mine. But I've healed it. That'll be another series. Food addiction, which can often come out as depression and anxiety because it'll cause inflammation in the body. So inflammation in the body that can lead to heart disease, cancer, you name it. Even just like that twinge in my knee, or that ache in your shoulder, or the feeling of being sick, like every single time that you have to go to work because you hate your job and you're stressing yourself out. There's stuff that you're actually holding onto in your body, and this is your body trying to let you know, right? So Gabor Mate wrote this beautiful book that I haven't read, but I know that it's beautiful because everything that he does is beautiful, called When the Body Says No, right? So here I'm just kind of imagining what the book is about because I know about this stuff. I really do. What a silly thing to say. Oh my goodness, I've done it now. So, our bodies, they tell us. They really do. And they tell us louder and louder and louder until we listen, or we get really so sick that we don't have a choice but to change our lives, or we die. But they keep telling us that we're holding on to stuff, that we're not feeling stuff. So why should we be feeling stuff other than to make our bodies well? In the next video. This video, just a little recap, was about what happens when we hold feelings in our bodies. And again, like I said, this can be even stuff that is like early childhood trauma. And obviously later in the series, I'm going to get into how to release that stuff and what happens when we release that stuff, and also why I work with the womb so specifically. All right, in the next video.